Okay, so we're going to talk about a trend line. So this is a line. So this is a line that the pattern of data is about half the points above. So this is a line, that it's a best fit line. So best fit. Sometimes we call this the best fit. Sorry, a best fit line that has the pattern of data that follows the trend. Follows the trend. So the best fit line that's going to follow the trend. Okay. It's going to follow kind of like the little trend. So basically, when I do this, and it has about half the points above and below. So it's going to have half the points above and about half the points below. So about half the points above, about half. It's not going to be perfect. So you've got this little trend line and you got some dots. I'm going to make this bigger so you can actually see the little dots. Okay. So you've got this trend line and you've got those little dots. Okay, and basically what I do to do my line is I kind of look. So it has to follow the trend. So this little spaghetti is not following the trend. It's not following the trend here. It doesn't always have to go exactly through 0, 0. So it doesn't have to go through 0, 0. That's what a lot of students do. So you kind of want to follow that little trend. And I have, if you're looking at this, I have about half the dots above the line and about half below. It's not going to be totally perfect, but it's a pretty good like little guess. So what I like to do is I take this and then I just kind of say, oh, okay, I'm going to use my spaghetti as a little idea. So I have this, and then I'm going to pick another point that's kind of on my little spaghetti line. Then I go through, because the spaghetti moves, then I go through and I connect my dots. So now I go through and I connect my dots. And notice that I'm picking this dot. And when I go through and I pick my dots, then I'm going to put, because I'm asking you to circle 2 points that are left on the line. So when I look at this, notice that it's when this little, I call these little tick marks on your graph. So I'm going to circle that one. And then I'm going to find another one that's kind of like on there. And notice that those probably are not the original dots. That's okay. So, and it doesn't matter which point is first and which point is last. But if I go and I look, so this red point right here is down at 4. So my x value is 4. And then my y value, well, this is, well, what are my scale? I got to figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to go to 0 to 100, and I did that by 5. So really my scale is counting by 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. So this is 140. So that's that particular scale. So I'm going to make this a little smaller, I know, so you can see like both points. So now we're going to go through here and I go down. So this is going to be at 9, month 9. And then this is going to be at 300. So that's going to be at 300. So, and what happens with your trend line is that you might have a little different thing than somebody else when you make your trend line. So now what happens is you're going to go through and we're going to find the slope for that. And remember, the slope is just y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I like to put my little things. There's y1, x2, y2. I just put those in there, so that's my little shorthand. You don't have to, but if you need it, you have it. So now y2, so 300 minus 140, y2 minus y1, divided by, remember, y to the sky. Y always has to go on top. Most common mistake that people use is that y is on the bottom. And then now you're going to go 9 minus 4. So you're going to use your friend. And you're probably going to use your phone because you don't have the fancy calculator. I don't care. Or you can use your computer. I don't care. So now what happens is you're going to go 300 minus 140, and you get 160. And then 9 minus 4, and you get 5. So 160, whoops, 160 divided by 5, and then my slope is 32. Okay, that's my slope. So this is how you kind of, and then we're going to figure out, okay, so now I'm going to find that equation. And so this is kind of how to draw a trend line, and then you find that particular slope and you get this. And now I'm going to walk you through of how to actually find the equations using point slope form. But that's one thing to do this. So with the trend line, that's the information of how to draw your trend line and find it. And now you're going to get the video on, so your next video is on point slope form.